right, we are live.
See me.
We can see you now. They'll be able to see me. Hey. All right, let's get our wired mics on here.
We're going.
Don't forget your wireless.
We have it this week.
All right. Ready to roll?
Ready?
As you're watching live on Facebook, let us know where you're watching from. Tag a friend who needs to see this and ask us your biggest, most burning question in regards to health, wellness, fitness, mindset, longevity, all the above. We've got you in close and personal today, a little closer than usual. We don't have the home gym system behind us like you may have seen in previous episodes. We're trying something a little different, and we're going to hit record so that the audio version of the podcast goes live. Here we go. This is Joey Atlas and
Nick Doherty.
Back with episode number 23 of the Wellness and Weight Loss for Women podcast, coming to you from
St. John's, Florida.
St. John's, Florida, outside of Jacksonville, north of St. Augustine. And we're reaching people around the world now. Because, of course, when I email it out, there are people around the world, but people are finding us without ever having known us before, which is really cool. So that inspires us to do more of these. And when we hear what these people, especially women, struggle with, and that the things we're saying and sharing and teaching are really resonating with them, that they haven't heard this anywhere before, but it's making all the sense in the world. And now I understand why I can't make progress and why I always seem to be going backwards and everything seems so hard. You guys are making sense out of all of it for me. So that inspires us to keep going. So we thank you.
Yes.
We thank you for sharing it, because people are sharing it. And as we come to you right now live, maybe in the future it's not going to be live as you're tuning in later, because the message is going to be evergreen. Everything we share is usually evergreen. It'll mean something 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 50 years from now, because these are timeless principles of health, wellness, and longevity. But as we are coming to you from the Sculpted Fit studio in St. John's, we want to invite anybody local.
Yes.
How can they get in touch with you? If they want to come take a friendly studio tour, if they want to try a complimentary small group personal training sample session, if they want a private complimentary one-on-one personal training session, how do they get in touch with you?
So best way is the most direct. Call me, text me. It's going to be 904-891-3680. You may get the voicemail. If you do, just leave me a good time to call you back. We may be in a meeting. We may be doing this. We may be with a client. But we will get back to you to get you scheduled. Studio tours, super friendly, super awesome.
Super friendly. Super quick. You don't need an hour. But
yeah.
You may just like the feel of being in here, that you want to hang out and keep talking.
And we get to hear a little bit more about you and what you were looking for.
Exactly.
Small group personal training, that class, that one-on-one sample, which people have said they've gotten so much information. It's like coming to a class to learn about their bodies.
Exactly. So, we know what we do here is good. The team is awesome here. And we really don't have to sell anybody to sign up here. We invite people to come try all the complimentary offerings because we get to teach you. The team gets to teach you what it's supposed to feel like to go through a proper and safe and effective training session. Other people call them workouts, but it's really a training session. You're training yourself for health, wellness, and longevity. And even just doing the complimentary sessions, whether it's small group session or private one-on-one or both, because we do offer both to people. You can have both if you want. You get to learn just in those sessions alone. If you leave here and don't sign up, you now know what it feels like to exercise properly and safely, and how you can get so much out of doing something that feels good, that you enjoy, that your body and mind are invigorated by. And not feeling like you've just been punished, you've just been yelled at, you've just been almost hurt, if not hurt, and it's something you're thinking, I don't know if I want to go do that again or sign up for that. That's hard. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to be grueling. And we're proof of that. We're living proof of it. This is what we do. The whole team here, all the clients that come here, we're all proof of that. So we want to share that. We want to spread the word. We want to make this even bigger and have a huge impact. Not just ladies, but the men in your life as well. Your hubbies, your sons, your son-in-laws, you name it, your brothers, co-workers, we have something here that is for everybody. And as a matter of fact, we just did our annual survey, right? We do an annual survey that goes out to all of our clients, and we ask them for their honest, open, and candid feedback. And we get so much good stuff there. And I wouldn't say any of it is negative. There's some constructive feedback in there because we do it because we want to improve, right? We want to make this even better. It's great to hear all the positives and the affirmations of all the good things we do. But we love getting the constructive feedback on things that we can improve, that we were uncertain about, we were unsure about, we weren't aware of. But on the positive side of things, in addition to the constructive feedback, we read things in there from women that just light us up. It's like when we know we're making an impact on lives in such a profound way that women didn't have access to before, and they put it in writing, in their own words, with their own emotion, it makes us realize that we're doing something really important here that most likely many other women also need in their lives. They just haven't discovered it yet. So if you're new here, if you're just discovering us, or if you've been kind of watching us from afar, you know, getting our emails, getting our newsletters, watching some of the podcast videos and the audio, and you're thinking, you know, maybe this place is worth a try. Trust us, it is worth a try. We opened this place for you, so of course it's worth a try. So 904-891-3680, or you can go to the website sculptafit.com. That's SCULPTAFIT.com, or you can connect with us on Facebook. Just search Sculptafit, SCULPTAFIT on Facebook. And you can reach us through those various ways. You've got every way possible now to get in touch with us. You can find Nick Doherty on Facebook. You can find the rest of the team on Facebook. Corinne, Maddie, Missy, Coach Joan. You can find me on Facebook. Just search for Joey Atlas. You can find me. I can connect you with the team. And we're here to help. That's it, bottom line. We're here to help you, nothing more. And our help goes a long way. Once you decide, yes, I'm ready, let's do this. Yep. Here we go. All right, so if you're long distance, just go to fitnesstraining.live. That's fitnesstraining.live. Start with the freebies, and then from all the freebies, all the videos you get access to, we've got more for you, and then we've got a bunch of things that you can do. You can sign up for long distance coaching. You could buy a home gym system for the house or the vacation home. You can visit us here from afar. We've had people come in from out of town and come to the studio, do one-on-one private coaching, a whole combination. And you could be in touch with us for future immersion experiences that we're going to open up. We're going to have full, almost 2.5, 3 days of complete immersion experiences, fully loaded with everything you need to learn to change your life, to evolve yourself toward your best version of yourself in ways that you just can't even comprehend right now. But when you're there, when you're with us, when you're with the entire team going through the whole itinerary, it'll be transformative. Absolutely. It will evolve you. So that's it. That's what we have for you now. We've got a lot of good stuff to share with you today. What are we starting with?
We are starting with 5 key strategies for lifelong weight loss success.
5 key strategies for lifelong weight loss success. Now, how did this come about? So many people ask, all of us, how do I get motivated to stick with my program? How do I stay inspired to continue what I start? How do I stay on the path? How do I stick with it and not get thrown off, right? Well, there are legitimate, concrete answers to that, and that's what we're making today's topic and subject. So, you're going to go through them one by one.
I will.
And then we're going to dive deeper into them. So, what is number 1?
Number 1, mindset shift of focus from weight loss to well-being.
How about that? We're not even going to focus on weight loss, right? We use weight loss in our title, in the wording, because it captures your attention. Yep. People hear weight loss, and almost everybody wants it. So we do that to capture your attention. The real magic is when we take our focus off weight loss, and we focus on something else in order to get the side effect of weight loss, if, in fact, weight loss is what you need. When we're going through these, 90% of the population or 85% of the population or 80 needs weight loss for better health. There are some people who don't need weight loss, but they still need better health.
Yes.
Their body composition is still all out of whack, and they're weak, and they're they're getting frail and they're getting atrophied and they're getting mushy. Even though their weight is okay according to the weight charts, weight loss is not an issue for them. Some of them actually have to gain weight, but the principles that we're going to reveal to you are still the same.
Yes.
So the first principle of shifting the mindset focus from weight loss to what?
To well-being.
To well-being,
Yeah.
right? So instead of weight loss, we focus on well-being. That's health, wellness, longevity, taking care of yourself from the inside out for reasons that transcend just the number on the scale.
Mentally, physically.
Right, it's the whole package. So this is very subtle now. Stick with us. Instead of focusing on weight loss, what are we focusing on?
Well-being.
Well-being. Now, when you focus on well-being instead of this number, that's your weight, you're starting to focus on different numbers. Cholesterol, blood pressure, triglycerides, HDLs, LDLs, insulin, glucose, all of your vitamin mineral levels, your electrolytes, all these important numbers that really matter, that when we focus on them and we work on improving those through what's proven so many times, and all the studies are reinforcing it, proper exercise and proper nutrition are the biggest impactors of all this stuff. Hands down, there's no more arguing. It's all being proven over and over. When we focus on changing all the vital numbers inside of us, miraculously, the proper diet, proper nutrition, proper exercise starts to change all those numbers. Body composition gets better, and our weight kind of takes care of itself. It comes into its own zone on its own without even dysfunctionally and obsessively focusing on the weight number. I can't drive this home enough. Take your focus off the weight, focus on your well-being.
Yeah.
The real numbers that matter, the numbers that you can't see until you go to your doctor every year to get your annual medical exam. Those are the numbers that matter. And when you work to improve those, miraculously, the body composition and the weight takes care of itself.
We've talked about this so many times too, where the weight loss feels like a prison, a mindset of a prison. I can't have this, I can't do this, I need to not do this. When you focus on well-being, it's, okay, I want to take care of myself this way. I want to take those prison bars off and really see what the world has to offer with vibrant colors.
Yes.
Freedom.
Yes. When you stay locked into this one-dimensional mindset of losing weight, you automatically set yourself up for constant dysfunction and continuous failure, because all day you're thinking, I can't eat that, I can't eat that, I do want the cookies, I do want the bread and butter, I do want the donuts, I do want pasta, I do want this monstercino. When you're going through your day like that, constantly telling yourself you can't have this, you can't have that everybody else is having, and they're gaining weight too, that should be a hint. You're constantly living in this state of fighting yourself, battling this inner battle that you're not going to win. So when your focus is on the well-being, now your reasons for why you're making certain choices have a whole new reason behind them. And it takes away that fight. It takes away the battle. It takes away the anxiety, the dysfunction, the distress that you're going through. Because now your reasons why are different. Well done.
All right. That leads very nicely. Number 2, print and post your whys.
This is it. Like tactical. Print on a piece of paper, old school, print your reasons why. Literally, why do you want to get healthy? Why do you want to be well? Why do you want to be strong? Why do you want to be fit? Why do you want to be lighter and tighter and more toned? And why do you want to be a different body size? When you list the real reasons why, the important reasons why, because I want to be around for my loved ones. I want to be around for my grandkids. I want to go travel. I don't want to be in a wheelchair. I don't want to be in an assisted living home if I'm still alive. I don't want all this bad stuff to happen to me. I want all this other good stuff to happen to me and be able to live life to my fullest and enjoy these later years. Now that we have the financial freedom and the time, I want to be able to enjoy all that. Put those down in your own words, because everybody has their own story, their own life, their own reasons why. Although there's a lot of commonalities and overlap, put your own reasons why on paper, literally, because when we make them tangible, literally, we can hold them tangible, not just floating around in our subconscious. When we make them tangible, Now we can take multiple copies of your reasons why and post them on the bathroom mirror, post them on the refrigerator, on your desk, at work, in your car. Take a picture, put it on your smartphone, because your phone is smart. You just have to use it for the right things, and then it becomes smarter. Put it everywhere so that you can take a look at any given moment in your day and be reminded of your real and most important reasons why. And when those reasons why are front and center all the time, it gets way easier to remind yourself why you're making the right choices and why you're leaving certain things out and why you're drinking less wine and why you're drinking eating less carbohydrates, why you're drinking less sugary beverages, why you're eating more nutritiously to support these reasons why. When we replace nutrient void stuff with high nutrient, high quality foods, we're basically giving ourselves the best chance of surviving with the most strength and vitality possible. Those reasons why matter, and they'll be constant reminders for you. When you use this strategy, this key strategy of write it down or type it, print it out, post it. Print, post, and repeat. All right.
Number 3.
3.
Write your fitness activities, food shops in your schedule or your daily planner.
Okay, this is so good. So tactical, but so simple, but effective.
Mm-hmm.
Anything important goes into a daily planner, whether it's electronic, carry around with you. Some people do both. I do both.
I do both as well.
We do both, right? When you make it part of your day, just like an important doctor's appointment goes in your schedule, your daily fitness and health activities must go in your schedule as well, because they are priorities. You have to see them, and you have to honor the time block that you're giving to that and to yourself because of these goals you have that are tied to your reasons why. So we have to tangibilize what it is you're supposed to be doing. We place our important activities in our schedule as non-negotiables. Yes, some days they'll be out of control. Unexpected things happen. Things come up. But we learn to be flexible and, okay, we'll do it later. And if it doesn't happen, that's fine. One day of not doing something, or even if you're sick for 6 days and you can't do anything but you're in bed, you're not overeating when you're in bed. You don't have to worry. You're going to be a little weak when you come back, but that's okay, because it doesn't mean you're totally off the program. But it all starts with taking precedence inside of your life schedule so that you see it, tomorrow comes and goes, and it's not like, oh, I forgot to exercise, or I forgot that I had a studio session. There's no forgetting when it's in your schedule. Yeah. It's so simple, but it's a key strategy.
It's so key too, because how many times people go, oh, you want to meet on this day? Let me make sure I don't have anything going on. And you look at your calendar and you see it daily. Or, oh, I'm going out of town on this day. Let me make sure I bring my bands. Or let me make sure that the iPad is queued up so that I can do the home, the travel videos that we offer. You're just prepared.
Prepared.
Maybe that
goes back to pre-plan, premeditate.
Post. And what was the other one?
Print, post, and prepare.
Prepare.
Premeditate.
Pre-plan. We need to.
We're going to finalize the P sequence here.
We'll have a P sequence for you. Number 4. Tracking daily habits. Record and report. Adjust and progress.
Okay, tracking your daily habits and the things you actually do. So this almost became second nature for me in coaching people over the years. But in the last few weeks, there's this repetitive message coming up from my clients that I coach remotely. And literally within the first few weeks to a month, what we're doing is in our coaching programs that are long distance, our clients have to track things daily. And so in order for us to know what they're doing, they have to summarize what it is they're doing, which means they have to summarize, I did this training session, I also did this walk at lunchtime, I went out, my hubby, we did an evening walk with the dog, or my coworker came over, or my friend, my neighbor, whatever. Mm-hmm. That gets tracked and it gets logged so that we can see it. And the daily nutrition totals get logged. Anything that client ate or drank goes into this privately shared document. And what happens is most people don't do this on a regular basis. It's one of the reasons why people get so far off track, because they're not keeping track.
Right.
What happens is when you keep track of things, magically our self-awareness goes up. We become more aware of, oh my goodness, I didn't realize I actually used to overeat, but I wasn't keeping track of things, and I'd go through my day and I really didn't keep track of things. But now looking back, I was overeating. I was sneaking in some of the wrong things, and an extra little donut here, and an extra piece of candy from the jar at the office here, and a few more chocolates there, and then that extra, even though the sugar chino was a small one, everything adds up. But unless you're keeping track of it, you won't see it, because once gone, it's forgotten. How did I gain all this weight? Well, let's actually take a real good look at how this all happened, and why your energy's so low, and why your body's achy, and why your doctor says you're pre-diabetic. We need to change things up. When you keep track of things, it totally just brings in this whole level of new vision of what it is you're actually doing, and there are these revelations that come about. Once you realize, oh, I have been overeating, or I have been sneaking in things that I should not be doing, but I kind of forget, so I think I'm not even doing it.
Mindless eating.
Mindless eating. When you keep track, everything becomes mindful, and then you can become deliberate in what you're doing. Because when you are keeping track and you know somebody is going to be double checking your work, anything you do during the day, you start actually becoming more in tune with. Oh, I got to write this down. Let me see what choice I'm going to make. I'm going for the good stuff, because when I report it in later in my daily log, I myself am going to have to write it and face that reality, but also my coach, my health coach, is going to be checking my work. And they're going to say, well, Lucy, what are we doing here? Are you on the program or not? But let's make some adjustments. But usually people start cleaning up their act because they're just being real and honest with themselves and with their health coach. Simple strategy, anybody can do it. Start keeping track, whether it's in an old school take-along journal, an app you use for your phone, your smartphone, or your iPad, or your tablet, or in a document program like Google Docs, right? Or anything else like that. Start keeping track. Watch what happens to your self-awareness and what changes you can make by doing that.
Even if you think you eat pretty well, do it.
Do it. You'll be surprised.
Insight to yourself that you may not have
I've had
realized.
so many clients in the initial startup tell me, oh no, I eat really well, I eat healthy.
Yeah.
Once we get into it, they realize, oh man, I feel bad for telling you that I eat healthy for the most part, because honestly, looking at this now, doing this exercise with you and tracking every day, I actually haven't been.
Yeah, and it's
I'm
not
embarrassed.
deceitful. It's just people think
Right.
they overdo the good and don't take into account the
Right, they
mindless
forget
eating.
the mindless part. So
Yeah.
it's not that they're lying
No.
intentionally. People literally don't even realize what they're doing on a day-to-day basis.
tuned in.
That's
They
why
don't
we
know what
start
to look
doing
for.
this. Yes.
Absolutely.
Awesome strategy right there.
All right, number 5, accountability.
All right. This is one of the biggest. That's why we saved it for almost last. We got a bonus one we're going to slip in here, right? Accountability. Until you can become your own accountability coach, we need help. We need somebody like Nikki. We need somebody like Corinne, Missy, Joan, Maddie, like me. We need professionals to hold us accountable with the right methodologies. We're not talking about some gym trainer holding you accountable to do 5 more. And you ate a piece of chocolate, you're no good, you're fired, you're not my client. We're not talking about that crazy stuff. We're talking about real, legitimate, doable accountability that works in real life, the kind of lives that we live, busy, full lives. We're not talking about living in the gym lives. That's different. This is realism in today's modern world of busyness and full families and careers, etc. But we need accountability because our lives are so busy. We need accountability so that in this busy life, we could still make the right choices. We can still do the proper food shops. We can still go to the right places. And there's no excuse for not eating on the run and having to make bad choices. There's so many good choices. Even in Starbucks, one of our favorite places, they've got good choices you can make. While at the same time, somebody else can go in there and they can destroy themselves horribly. We could still go in there and make really good choices. All the things are there. You just have to know what they are, pick them, eat them, drink them, and we're good. Accountability is where you have support. You have camaraderie. You have somebody else looking out for your own interests who's probably on the same page as you, has the same values of health and well-being, longevity and wellness, has similar goals, if not exactly the same, to live long and live strong and live a vibrant life. When you have people like this, like-minded, on the same path, heading in the same direction, holding you accountable, then you realize you've got the proper support. You realize there are people in this world who actually do care about their own health and wellness, and they care about mine, and they're going to keep me on the path by holding me accountable because I haven't been able to hold myself accountable in the past. That's why I got to this point in the first place, and that's why I need accountability. What do you have to share about accountability?
I think you hit everything. Sometimes, especially when you're starting out, you need someone that knows what they're talking about, and you need that confidant. You need that connection to, you may not be doing it on your own, but once you build in that strong base and you learn habits and you learn about yourself through someone that is likely, like both of us, been through it.
Right. And we can observe from the outside.
Yeah.
We can observe objectively and guide you gently.
It's just...
But you mentioned something. First, knowing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You can have somebody holding you accountable to something that's bad for you, to something that's going to hurt you, to some kind of crazy fad diet that is actually going to backfire on you and take away from your health and your wellness. You don't want to be held accountable to doing the wrong things. The key is being held accountable to the right things, the things that can be done for an entire lifetime. So that's an important distinction to make. Because we know people who've tried to be forced into accountability doing the wrong things got horrible results, major setbacks. Being accountable to the right things, the right ways, make all the difference in the world. Because when you enjoy what you're doing and it fits into a regular lifestyle and you're getting results that you feel good doing, it's way easier, one, to be held accountable, and two, to eventually hold yourself accountable because it's so doable and enjoyable and you're getting the results you want ultimately. Accountability is the key. So remember that. Write this down. Write down accountability. I need like-minded people, support system, coaches who know what they're doing when they're guiding me to help me stay accountable to the goals that I have set for myself and the desires I have. Accountability. Write it down.
Our Facebook page, your Facebook page, is it public? Can we share that on the podcast?
Accountability.
For the Fit for Life. Is that a public group?
Yes.
Okay. So if you're struggling for accountability or need to find those like-minded, go to our website, all the freebies.
Right.
You can find us on Facebook, but you can also find Joey's accountability page.
Yes. Go to Facebook, type in Fit for Life, Joey Atlas. When you find the right one, because there's a few of them, but mine should come up somewhere near the top. When you get to the actual page, you'll see, because there's a cartoon image of me, a caricature. You'll see my name, Fit for Life. You won't miss it. It'll be very clear. But you could join us there. It is free, but you could start to share the things you're struggling with, and we could start giving you early stage tips and pointers and more freebies to start implementing in your life to give you at least that first level of accountability of people that are on the same page as you and approaching you with a very gentle methodology and approach to mindset that is actually doable and beneficial and not something that you're going to fight against every day.
Yeah. Perfect.
Fit for Life.
I think that'll help a lot.
Yeah.
Are we ready for the bonus?
We've got a bonus strategy.
Bonus.
Let's bring it.
All right.
Number 6, the bonus one.
Don't be distracted, misguided, or fooled.
Ooh, this is good. Don't be distracted, misguided, or fooled. Now, this is a little bit of wisdom here. What happens is people are going about their thing. They may finally get into a good program. They're loving it. They're feeling it. They're loving the people. But what happens is media, not just social media, but TV and other people are media as well. Because if you have one of these devices in your hand and then you start spewing what you're finding in the fake news or the mass market news, you become media. People become media because now they're just putting out what's coming from these devices. Most of the time, it's nonsense. Any news that gets spread fast is usually nonsense. Like a few years ago, there was this thing that coconut oil is bad for you. That's a farce. I mean, it's a joke. And that's another episode. I actually talked about this in the past. We can revisit it. But stuff like this gets people like all going crazy and controversy gets stirred up. But in this big realm of media that we're surrounded by 24/7 from everywhere and everybody, it's very easy to be distracted, to be misguided, and to be misled into making big mistakes. So the key is, once you're on the right path and you feel it, you know you're on the right path, do not let yourself get distracted by the latest fad diet, by the latest craze, high whatever workout where you're going to burn 900 calories in 40 minutes because you're blasting yourself into the red zone. Forget it. Anything extreme like that is just trying to get news and make an angle for themselves in the mass markets where people will hear it. Oh, I got to do that. This is it. This is the latest thing, the newest thing that's out there. And even when they say, oh, it's backed by science, research studies show, you can find research or create research studies to back up any claim you want to make. So don't let that fool you either. If you get distracted and misguided and misled into making big mistakes, all you do is set yourself back again, looking back, realizing, man, I made such a big mistake. Why did I listen to that? Now you got to start all over again. So you lose all the progress you've made, and now you got to start all over again to get it all back, and then continue on your path. So, number one, it's easy to get distracted by all this stuff out there. Everybody's trying to get your attention. They want to sell you the latest, whatever it is, even if it's a passive device or some kind of new AI that's going to make you fit just by sitting there with a pair of goggles on. Guess what? It's not happening. This human body in the flesh is made to move and live life, not sit there with a pair of goggles on and get in shape. It's not happening. So, don't be distracted, don't be misguided, don't be misled, don't be deceived, don't be fooled, and you'll be fine. And if you have us guiding you, we won't let you get distracted, misguided, misled, fooled, or deceived. There's a lot of scams out there. There are a lot of things that sound sexy and flashy and quick fixes, overnight stuff. Don't go for it. You're smarter than that. You're intelligent. You had to be because you're listening to us, at least halfway intelligent and smart. But we appreciate you being here. We hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you have, please let us know. Let us know where you're watching from. Think of at least one person or maybe 100,000 people who need to hear this. Share it with them. Send them the link. However you got to get it to them, do it. And do we have any closing messages? Any reminders?
Give us a call if you're local. 904-891-3680.
Yes. And to make sure you know, in the off hours that the small group women's training classes are not going on, we do personal training. And we also work with the men in your life in the off hours for personal training. So your husbands, your sons, your son-in-laws, co-workers, boss, partners, whoever. We do train the men when the women's classes are not going on during the personal training hours. So we can help everybody. And if you do have youth in your family that you want to set them on the right path, be healthy for life and learn everything they're supposed to learn the right way, we train plenty of youth as well. So don't hesitate to reach out. 904-891-3680 is where you can call or text Nikki. You can go to sculptafit.com to check out the website materials, the blog, all the videos, and reach out to us through there. All of our contact points are there. Facebook as well. And if you're long distance, we could still help you big time because we have clients in other countries around the world who've bought our home gym systems. They're following our personal training videos, and they're getting long-distance coaching through private remote coaching programs with us. Or you can just use all of our freebies until you're ready to take the next step up. Either way is fine by us. We just appreciate you connecting with us, consuming the material, being helped by it, implementing it, and sharing it with others who need to hear the same kind of message. So, that's episode number 23. Wellness and Weight Loss for Women podcast and video show. We're going to tune out the audio here. As always, we thank you for tuning in. We will talk with you next time. peace and love. And on video, we thank you for watching as we take off our wireless wired mics here to wrap up this episode. Again, as always, we appreciate your eyes, your ears. Please share this with somebody. Let us know if you have any questions that we can answer on one of the next episodes, and we will do it. Thank you. Nick, you have any goodbyes for the camera?
I post if you like how Joey counts on one. Whenever he counts one, he uses his thumb.
I do, don't I?
Let us know if you like that. Tell us how you count.
Bye.